Hey guys, down here on the creek again, doing a little fishing. Got the first one, been down here for about 5 minutes. He's a little bitty feller, but we'll take him. As you can see there, little old bass. We'll get him back in the water. Caught that feller here on the Heddon Baby Torpedo. Not sure the exact color here. One of my favorites though. It's a gray, silver, and white color with a hint of yellow on it. But we'll see what we can't do. See if we can't lock into another one here quick. That one didn't hesitate on the take. Just casting this out here and giving the torpedo a little pull. I'll give it a short pull and then let it set for a few moments. That guy engulfed it there. Had a little bit of rain today, so there's a little bit of a stain on the water. It's not bad, but that seems to be good. That was my first cast of the day. Caught that bad boy. He wasn't much, but like I say, we'll take him. I figured today I'd try top water first, and then if the bite slows down on it, I'll probably switch over to a Cinco style worm and fish a wacky rig weightless. That way it'll have a real slow sink. But for now, we'll stick with the top water and see what we can do. The torpedo is the Heddon torpedo is another one of my favorite baits. As you all know, I absolutely love top water fishing. One of my most favorite methods of catching fish. That first little guy struck with a vengeance there. I wasn't expecting to get into one so soon. Didn't even have the camera rolling yet. Hopefully we can keep it up though. I'm seeing all kinds of signs. The water here, I'd say the deepest spots, the water's only 3 or 4 foot deep here. It's mostly like a shallow flat with quite a few big rocks in it. The thing I love about shallow water, a lot of times you can see the ripple as the fish comes towards your lure. Hoping to get a few more here. It's already about 8 o'clock this evening. Got about an hour and a half of daylight left. One of my favorite times to come out and fish, honestly. Looks like today I've got the water to myself. I haven't seen anybody else fishing down here. Which is awesome. Usually this place is jam-packed, loaded with people. But that's one of the things you have to deal with fishing. Yeah, make some more casts here and see if we can't get into a couple more fish, and we'll see how it goes. Hey guys, got into another one here on the old Popeye. A little bit better. A little smallmouth here. Little step up from the first one there. Oh yeah, a little bit of an improvement there. Still not what we're looking for, but we'll take it. Yeah, that one came off the Heddon Baby Torpedo too. Gotta say, it's an excellent little prop bait there. He actually took it on the paws. What I like to do with the torpedoes here, I like to make a good long cast out and then wait for the circles from the bait landing to spread off, and then I'll bring up my slack off of it, and then I'll just I'll twitch the rod a few times there and let it sit for a moment. And then if they don't take it on the initial pause there, I'll work it through. I'll give it slight pulls. That way it works those little props through the water, keeps them spinning. A lot of times it'll still spin after you stop pulling the bait. It'll spin there for just a second on the pause, and a lot of times these fish will just absolutely hammer it. I don't know if it imitates a fish sitting still, just swishing its tail back and forth, trying to stay positioned in the current, or what, but they love it though. I've caught probably hundreds and hundreds of bass off this baby torpedo. It's definitely been well worth the money. They're not a very expensive bait. You could pick up these torpedoes generally for about $5 or less at any of your retailers of sporting goods. Best thing to do is pick a few colors that match the forage of your area, and then go out and give them a try. They're definitely some fish catching machines. I know that much. I've caught some nice ones off this one here. This is probably the 50th one I've owned. I tend to replace them there after the hooks get dull or start rusting. The only downfall to them is instead of using a split ring, the hook is directly set in an eye on there. It's built into the bait, which I suppose a man could always take some good pliers and cut the old hook off and then put split rings on. I haven't done it myself before, but oh, we got in another one there, folks. Well, as you can see, it's not just bass that like the old baby torpedo. Got an old aggressive bluegill here. The way he hit it, I thought sure he was something better than what he is. Yeah, as you can see though, it's a chubby old bluegill. He ain't nothing to write home about, but we'll take it. I don't mind catching a bluegill every now and then. beats the heck out of catching nothing. That's what I always say about it. Well, see if we can't trick another one into latching on. But yeah, like I say, I always like to make good long casts. That way I cover a large area of water. Way there's a good chance that I'm going to bring it past or right above a fish. A lot of times, especially with smallmouth, they don't necessarily have to be hungry to hit it. They get ticked off. You put that bait there in their face, and they don't much like it. And they'll smack the heck out of it. As long as you got good sticky trebles on there, you're not likely to miss it. Unless they just absolutely short strike it. Really depends on the mood and the conditions, how you want to work these baits. A lot of times they'll hit it on the paws there when it's sitting. But when they're real aggressive, I've had them to want to take it while it's moving. If they're aggressive enough, I'll fish these torpedoes without any paws at all. I'll just make a good long cast and bring it in and just keep repeating. This place is looking super fishy today. I'm seeing them coming up feeding on small insects everywhere. I'd say a good part of it is sunfish and rock bass, stuff like that. But I also know there's some excellent smallmouth and spotted bass in here. Hopefully we can lock into one of them. I'd like to show you all what this water's capable of producing. Most people ride off a creek and say, there's no big bass in there. I do have to admit, there for a long time I was on that bandwagon too. But once I started figuring it out, I've started locking into some nice fish out of here. Definitely have. I've grown to love creek fishing. It's a cheap alternative to having a big boat and going out on the lake and everything. Don't get me wrong, that is loads and loads of fun. But it's a process. A man can grab his pole and a few baits and get out on the creek in 10 minutes or something. It doesn't take near the preparation, which is one of the things I like for it. I can just come out and fish for like an hour in the evening or whatever. I find that's the best time to catch them during the summer anyhow. Folks, I sure did it there. I had a heck of a strike on there and managed to pull it right away from him. I doubt he'll forgive me on that and let me get another go at him, but you never know. If they're aggressive enough and schooling, I may very well have another one come up and give it what for. Yeah, folks, I'm gonna sit here and see if I can't lock into some more of them, get them in and show you. Hopefully we'll get a couple before dark. Alright guys, we're locked into another one here. This one's more like it. This is more what I've been going after. I wanted to show you folks. If I can get him to calm down. Oh yeah, now this guy here is more like it. That's what I'm targeting here. It's these nice size smallmouth here. This guy's seen it rough. As you can see here, something's got him. He's blind in the one eye, but that sure didn't stop him from hitting. But yeah, another nice creek bass. We'll go ahead and get him back in the water and see if we can get into some more. Once again, like I say, if you don't have any of these torpedoes in your box, I'd grab a few. They are a serious producer for me. But we'll see if we can't lock into some more. That guy is what it's all about. That gets your blood pumping. It's just more fun than I can explain. You just have to lock into them for yourself to see. That makes it all worth it though. Even if that guy would have been the only one I'd caught, that made the trip worthwhile coming out. Like to lock into a little bigger one though. I know there's some bigger ones in here than that. Still yet though, that was a nice little guy. What it's all about, folks. I'd like to see every one of you get out and start giving it a try and catch into some nice bass. I'd like to have you send me pictures even. I like to know that my viewers are doing good. So if you all get into any nice ones, send me a picture and let me know how you caught him. Because like I say, I love to see people do good. That's one of the things I enjoy. It's always nice to meet new people and learn new tips and tricks for fishing. Like I say, I've been fishing for 25 years and I've just scratched the surface. There's so much to learn. And the more you can learn, the better of a job you can do catching fish. I mean, it's not always easy. Today has been a really good day for me. I've only been out here for 30 minutes maybe and been producing pretty good, but it definitely doesn't always go like this. There's days I come out and grind it out for hours trying to find the pattern they're wanting. Nobody likes to admit it, but there's always those days when you get skunked. I'll be the first to tell you, I've had my share of days where I've come out and fished hard, but you just can't buy a bite for some reason. But today's not one of those days, thankfully. Hopefully we'll get a few more before it gets dark. And we'll see. I don't know if the torpedo keeps producing like it has been, I may end up just fishing it all evening. But most likely they'll slow down a bit where I've thrown it so many times here, and I'll probably switch out. I may toss the pop R a few times. Or, like I was saying earlier, it's quite possible I'll toss a weightless worm out there, wacky rigged, and see what we can do. Sorry about that, guys. Had to run over and get this big bad boy. He tried to hang me up there. This hombre here is what I'm talking about. This is what I've been going after. Look at this guy here. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, folks. That's what I've been after. This big bad boy hammered that torpedo. Starting to get dark on me, but that makes my day. That's a heck of a fish there. Check him out. That's what I'm talking about there. Guys, I want to see you all land into these fish. Man, there's nothing like the rush of it. Absolutely nothing. This guy fought me hard too. Sure did.